Hello and welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time from our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief. I'm Zahra Badouri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. Messages of President Isaias to President Salva Kiir, Mayardit. Seminar for Eritrean youth in Switzerland. Monetary support to disadvantaged citizens in Tessenay. And India and Russia launch joint naval drills. And last but not least, UK is finalizing a Chagos deal with Mauritius. On your news in brief, Eritrea's delegation, led by Presidential Advisor Mr. Yamana Gibrab, met with President Salva Kiir Mayardit in Juba this morning and delivered a message from President Isaias Afwerki. The message reaffirmed Eritrea's long-standing solidarity with people and government of South Sudan. The message also outlined concrete programs for the consolidation of bilateral cooperation, along with proposals to foster peace and stability within and among the countries of the Horn of Africa. President Kiir, for his part, expressed appreciation for the timely message from his brother, President Isaias Afwerki, and emphasized the convergence of views between the two nations. Eritrean youth in Switzerland organized a discussion forum on 29th March in Swiss city of Lugano with the aim of sharing experiences, enhancing awareness and strengthening and expanding their organization. At the seminar, Mr. Haptom Zar'ai, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy and Eritrea's permanent representative to the United Nations office in Geneva, gave an extensive briefing on the objective situation in the homeland and on regional developments. Mr. Haptom urged the participants to strengthen their organizational capacity, preserve national values and identity, and reinforce their participation in national affairs. Mr. Tolde Johannes, head of Public and Community Affairs, underlined the strong awareness and organization are fundamental instruments for promoting and transmitting the culture and values of the Eritrean people. He also called on the participants to enhance their organizational capacity and activity participants in national development programs. Mrs. El Shaddai Misfin, chairman of the youth organization in Switzerland, provided a briefing on the objective, mission and structure of the youth organization. The participants of their part called for the sustainability of the seminar and expressed their readiness to strengthen participation in the national affairs. The event featured cultural and artistic performances by veteran Eritrean musicians and singers from the US, Germany, UK and Sweden. On your final local, youth residents of the Talatashar administrative area in the Tessenay subzone have extended monetary support to 81 disadvantaged citizens in the subzone. The administrator of the area reported that the 64,000 nakfa contributed by the youth has been dispersed to the disadvantaged families. He also commended the youth for taking the initiative towards such a noble cause. The coordinators of the program, however, highlighting that their initiative reflected the growing culture of mutual support among the youth, expressed appreciation to the administrators and village coordinators for their efforts in identifying families in need. The beneficiary families in turn expressed their gratitude for the support provided. Stay tuned for your global up next. It has been reported globally that India and Russia have launched annual joint naval exercises in the Bay of Bengal, designed to strengthen their defense cooperation. Officials for both countries announced on Monday. The Intra-Navy 2025 exercise will involve a range of activities, including communication training, maneuvering in formation, and artillery firing against sea and air targets. Russia's defense ministry said the Russian ship participating are the corvettes Risky and Hero of the Russian Federation Alder Tyson Shezepov, as well as the medium sea tanker Pachanga from the Pacific Fleet. The Indian vessel taking part in the drills are the destroyer Reina and the corvette Qatar. The exercises will also involve deck helicopters and aircrafts from the Indian Navy, while a Russian Ka-27 helicopter will perform landings and takeoffs on the Reina. The INDRA exercises first conducted in 2003, commenced this year on March 28 off the coast of Chennai. Officials report senior officers of the Russian ship, detachment captain first rank Alexei Tanzarov, said the drills helped assess whether the two countries are ready to accomplish joint maritime missions. He clarified that the exercises were not targeted at any specific country and were not a response to any shift in the global military and political landscape. After completing the sea exercise, the joint task forces will return to Chennai, India, and summarize the maritime phases of the exercise. In the past, both countries have conducted a range of joint exercises, including land, air, and sea drills, such as Indra, Via Indra, and Indra Navy. India remains one of the world's largest importers of arms, with Russia being a key supplier and technological collaborator for several cutting-edge systems, including the Su-30 MKI fighter jet and the BrahMos missile, which were co-developed by the two nations. On your final report, under the proposed agreement, Mauritius would gain sovereignty for the islands from the UK, but allows the US and UK to continue operating a military base on one of the islands for an initial period of 99 years at a cost to the British taxpayer. UK government sources have indicated that they are not waiting for further signs off from Donald Trump. However, earlier this year, Foreign Secretary David Lammy said the deal would not go ahead if the US president had objections. In a statement, the Mauritian government retreated Downing Street's comments, saying that both countries were currently working to finalize the agreement. The plan to hand over control of the Chagos Islands, officially known as the British Indian Ocean Territory, was announced last October following negotiations with then Mauritian leader Paravind Jagnuth. However, following elections, he has replaced by current Prime Minister Naveen Ramagoolam, who expressed concerns about the deal. Progress, however, on reaching agreement was also delayed after the election of Trump because negotiators wanted to give the new U.S. administration time to examine the details of the plan. Giving away Chagos Islands not in UK's interest, saying Bandock Trump inclined to back UK's Chagos Island deal on security military island. A mother strive to raise her children normally, reforms UK leader. And Trump ally Nigel Farage had suggested that the proposal would be met with outright hostility by the new U.S. president team in October. The U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the deal posed a serious threat to U.S. national security, citing Mauritius' relationships with China. However, last month, Trump indicated that he would back the deal. The Chagos plan is expected to enable the UK to lease Diego Garcia for 99 years. Ramagoolam, however, has previously said that the deal included a clause allowing for a further 40-year extension. Mauritius has agreed that it was illegally forced to give away the Chagos Island as part of a deal to get independence from Britain in the year 1960. That is all for now with your news broadcast reports here on ERi-TV. Dear viewers, stay updated with our news here on ERi-TV until we're back with some more news. These are a recap of your major headlines for this broadcast. Message of President Isaias Afwerki to President Salva Kiir Mayardit. Seminar of Eritrean youth in Switzerland. And monetary support to disadvantaged citizens in Talatashar, Tessenei Sabzo. On your global, India and Russia launch joint naval drills. And UK is finalizing Chagos deal with Mauritius. Thanks for watching once more, and bye-bye for now.